All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, what I want to talk about in this podcast is creating a healthy lifestyle that specifically fits you, mainly when it comes to fitness, I guess you could say. A lot of times I talk about on my podcast or YouTube videos finding specific workouts for yourself that work exclusively almost for you. Not always getting caught up with what everyone else is doing or what you've been told, or even the fitness environment that you're surrounded by now in a facility, for instance. What I'm going to talk about really in this podcast is kind of just piecing certain things together throughout your week or month that, again, work specifically for you. And it's not just one environment. I think what happens with a lot of us is when we think of working out or fitness, we kind of find something we like. So if you're a yoga person, you're yoga. Say you're Pilates. Say you're bodybuilding. I don't know, say you're a runner, triathlete. I could go on and on. But here's the deal, I think. What a lot of people don't think about, too, is kind of mixing a lot of that together or blending it. Because I think a lot of us get locked in, and I do it too. So say I work out at a gym and I'm mainly bodybuilding. And then if I'm not bodybuilding that day, a lot of times I'm doing different exercises, but I'm still at the same facility, right? What I've kind of learned to do, and I haven't done it lately, but I used to do it a lot in California, is piece together other things. So I'd be hiking one day, bodybuilding another day. I'd even say once in a while, say I go surfing. Then I'm swimming. Then I would go to not only one gym, I'd like to go to 3 different style gyms. I also would throw in things like, hey, I will do yoga, right? I will go mountain climb biking, throw that in. I'll go on the beach and ride my bike. And by doing a lot of these different things, all around the same time frame or the same week or the same month, not just exclusively just kind of doing one. Where a lot of people just say, hey, I'm going to, mountain bike, or I'm going to just, surf, and that's going to be my fitness. And none of this is bad. Any workout's a great workout. Doing any exercise or anything you're doing, I think physical is wonderful. I don't want people to think I'm telling you have to do this. This is just something that I think would really work for a lot of people to keep the interest there when it comes to health. Because I talk about a lot of times fitness and health is a lifetime journey. And a lot of us burn out doing the same thing over and over again. I discuss that a lot. And we burn out going to the same place, doing the same type of exercise. And even if you're older, like myself, I've tried so many different types of workouts, right? That can get excruciating. I've also tried many different sports, let's say, and I've kind of exhausted myself there as well. You do kind of hit a point in your life a lot of times, especially if you were kind of a jock when you were younger or somebody who's worked out for decades. You're kind of like, oh, boxing, I know what that's about. Okay, I wrestled, I played tennis, I played racquetball, I swam, you know what I mean? I played football, I played in a softball and baseball. I could keep soccer, I played all these things. Maybe I didn't play ice hockey, but I played floor hockey. But my point being is I kind of know the gamut there. And then even when it came to powerlifting, bodybuilding, yoga classes, I've done that. All these things, you're kind of what you like and what you don't like. But I think sometimes you don't realize you may like those things just a little bit, not all the time. And that's kind of what I think is the next move for me besides just bodybuilding. So I was just wanting to do a podcast on this because I think a lot of people, again, you got to create what's best for you. And a lot of times just doing or going to the same place to do it can get very boring. And don't think you gotta, even if say you're a bodybuilder and you get kind of caught up saying, oh, I gotta do each body part during the week, which is great if you want to do that. But also on the off time or on the other days, maybe incorporating other exercises, doing different things that maybe you've never tried before, I've discussed. Maybe doing workouts with friends that you've never worked out with before instead of maybe always the same workout partner. And also maybe just going off the grid and literally just doing things just sporadically. Like one day you may want to just go mountain climbing, indoors or safe, that. One day you may be like, I've never, I always swim in a pool. I may go swim in an ocean, hypothetically. If you've never surfed, let's try that. Maybe, your friends have a boat and they like to, water ski on the weekends. You could go do something like that. Kind of also incorporate fun with fitness. Because I think a lot of people too, which I think I'm going to do a podcast on that eventually one day, and I think I mentioned it. When you think of fitness or exercise or health or wellness, a lot of times people just think it's excruciating. They think about a lot of times they have to diet or they have to run or they have to burn X amount of calories. They have to be extremely intense all the time. They have to stick to a daily regimen. They have to do it early in the morning, or they have all these things that they've kind of been programmed. And again, fitness is what you make it. I talk about it all the time. It doesn't always have to be at the same time, the same place, or the same type of exercise. Make it work for you. And it's really hard a lot of times to change your mindset, especially if you've been doing things for many years and a lot of times with the same people. And a lot of times you're in fear, maybe you're going to lose what you already have. It could be your physique or time if you're a runner, or maybe even if you're a cyclist, or all these things. And I get it. But there's also, just experimenting when it comes to health and wellness. There's a lot of things probably out there you can start doing on your off days or just other days that you may really enjoy. And sometimes being away from things that you've done for long periods of time, when you go back to them, you may enjoy them again a little differently than you did before, because you were just kind of stuck in a rut or a routine where, again, trying different types of things can go, a different way, which a lot of times I think is very refreshing, and it kind of reboots me. And it could be even walking. I tell a lot of people, maybe even if you're walking a lot, maybe just taking a different route or a different path, or getting in your car and just going to different places to walk instead of maybe just walking around your neighborhood. Because after a certain amount of time, you just get sick of looking at the same thing. And it could be even hiking or anything, just going different places. You'd be shocked by doing that, how much it's just I guess I'm trying to think of a certain word, but it just gives you a lot of different energy, and also being around a lot of different people that do different things. It becomes an entirely different experience than maybe what you've experienced before when it comes to health and wellness and fitness. So wanted to do a podcast on this. So if you have any questions or comments, you can hit me up at Rich CELENZA. I do a lot of YouTube videos, or I did. They're still up there on fitness. I did my workouts just in the gym. But I talk a lot about experimenting with many different things, working out. Even if you're at your gym, trying different exercises there, different styles, going at different times of the day, not getting always caught up with that, and trying different equipment in your gym, or trying, if you've never took a class, try that, or, maybe working out with different people. All these different things, just constantly kind of challenging yourself and switching things up. And I know a lot of times people may argue at me and say, no, I am setting this regimen. I can only work out at this time, and this is the type of workout I love to do, and that's the only one I like to do. Hey, more power to you. But I do think really one of the reasons so many people are not consistent or quit is because they get bored. And they also may not get the results they desire a lot of times. And a lot of times what you're doing just may not give you those results, but there may be other things out there that can give you those results. But if you don't go experiment and try them, you'll never know. So that's all I got for you today. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up. All right, take care.